Hey guys, it's Eugene and Andrea, your relationship strategist,
Hi.
the builder, the educator, helping you navigate life's most important goals, your relationships. And today's Power Couple Quickie, what a Power Couple Quickie we have today. Flesh hooks, don't get entangled. That's right, flesh hooks, don't get entangled. So what are we saying when we say flesh hooks?
Where's the flesh hook?
A flesh hook are strings, right? Hey,
I'll talk, you talk.
okay, flesh hooks are strings that are connected to actions that eventually...
Oh my gosh, just read it
yeah,
right.
it is.
Is that right?
Flesh hooks are strings that are attached to actions that actually become unspoken obligations. Strings that are attached to actions that eventually become unspoken obligations. So thanks for joining us.
So do you get what that is? Do you get what that is? Like what the flesh hook, what that means? Like, it's a simple thing. Like, give an example of what a flesh hook is.
So a flesh hook is when you get caught up.
Hey, Nita Boo.
Hey, Nita Boo. Flesh hooks is like when you get caught up with something and you find yourself, here's the word, entangled.
Okay.
Right?
Example.
All right. I gave someone, a friend, some money. There you go.
And they said, girl,
they said, no problem, go ahead. Or I said, no problem, go ahead. Or,
and they said, no, I want to pay you back. Hey, Evie.
Or, no, let's say,
Okay.
I borrowed some money from a friend, and they say, don't worry about it. They gave me $50, $100, it doesn't matter. And then they said, no, you don't have to pay it, don't worry about it. But every time I turn around, they have their hand out or they have something like, you remember when I gave, you remember when I did, you remember? And I'm like, you said it was nothing attached to it.
Right, it's no strings attached.
No.
So it's like, okay,
now I'm entangled in something that now I have to find myself to get out.
It's like a hook.
It's like a flesh
hook. It's like a hook. And it feels like a hook. I don't like them myself. It's like if you know, you ask me, you say, hey, can you keep my kids? I said, can you keep my kids for me this week? Can you keep my kids for me? And they say, yeah, girl, yeah, I can keep your kids for you. I can keep your kids. And I say, okay. And then I say, I'll keep your kids, but then I go to them and I say, girl, can you pick up my daughter? I don't have an earthly daughter yet. Can you pick up my daughter? I need to go somewhere early. I need to do whatever. And they say, well, no, actually I can't. And I'm looking at them like, I kept your kids all week long and you can't make this happen? Listen, if you're going to do something, you give it. So just do it.
I was going to say, and I don't know if we're together with this term, but do it without obligation or give it freely.
Well, give it without strings.
There you go. I like that, strings.
I'm going to tell you,
strings.
Okay, I'm going to tell you our example. So years ago, this is what had happened.
This is what happened was.
Listen, we had, I'm not going to give too much context because I have no whatever.
Right.
But we were with an organization and we were supposed to go out of town. Hey, Monique. We were supposed to go out of town and I bought a ticket. This is before when you could do all this trade-off stuff. You can't do that stuff now, so this is before 9/11. I bought the ticket, but I couldn't go. A person said, I will go. I'll take the ticket and I'll pay you the $200. Now that's $200 and 1990 whatever money. When we, I need my $200.
Mm-hmm.
I said, cool. I gave them the information. They switched the ticket over, all or whatever. Never gave me my $200. Enjoyed their trip, took pictures and everything.
That's right. Heard about it.
Yes. Uh-huh. And I had issues because I would see this person all the time and I was like, I don't know what I'm going to do. She didn't give me my $200 and she over here. And then here come the other part. When you do stuff with strings attached, expecting people to be like, oh, so grateful. You get mad when they start buying stuff and doing stuff. So I'm looking, she improving. Look what I proved in my house. Girl, look what I bought. Come on, I bought sod. You bought sod. You mean like grass? You actually bought grass?
Yeah, Nita Boo said, do it without obligation or expectation. No strings.
Right. So here I am, and I'm like, okay.
Bound up, both of us.
Oh, Lord, help me.
What about? Hey, William.
Because I'm going to have an issue. And we came up with this thing. So from here on out and for the past almost 20 years.
Yes.
If someone asks us for money, and you should know this if it's you too, if I can't give it to you freely, without expecting anything back, that means if I can't loan it to you, I don't have it to give. Right. Those are the exact words that I use.
Marilyn.
Hey, Marilyn. Those are the exact words that we use. We don't have it to give. Why? Because if I'm looking for my money at the end of the week to pay my bill, and now I'm waiting for you, and da-da-da-da-da, now I'm mad.
You don't have time. Isn't not enough time in the day to move forward with your passion and your purpose if you caught up with a flesh hook. It's just not enough time in the day.
Not enough time in the day.
Not enough time.
So now if we can't give, and we can't give freely, meaning I would love to get this money back. You can tell me all day long, girl, I am going to pay you back. Guess what? If I gave it to you and I said, you know what? I have it to get whatever. You want to pay me back? Fine. If I say that, I mean it. I will never bring it up. I will never think about it again, because I gave it to you. Regardless of what you were saying, I know that if you're having a hard time, you're still gonna be having a hard time. Okay?
No flesh hooks here.
No flesh hooks.
That's the same. But no flesh hooks here.
Yeah. So, but we have some points.
Yes, we do.
That the man, he's organizing us, because that's his job.
That's right. We working together.
Okay. All right. Power couple.
So a couple of things we wanted to leave with you.
Yes.
Some action steps.
Yes.
To consider in avoiding being flesh hooked. That's
good. Go.
That's good. Okay.
Okay. Go.
Number one, in being mindful, be mindful that strings are not attached.
You really just have to make sure.
That's right.
I can't, but can I just jump around and say, can you just read the 3 so I can say this all together?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
So
be mindful that the strings are not attached.
Right.
Number 2.
Be mindful of being flattered
and impressionable.
Or impressionable. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And also be mindful of making decisions when you're emotional or too happy, too sad, too angry. You want to be careful from making those type of decisions, because those where flesh hooks are luring, and then you kind of get caught up to committing yourself. Now, again, at the beginning, we wanted to say that a flesh hook is not a commitment or a mutual agreement that you made. A flesh hook is an unannounced string attached to you that's causing you to get thrown off when you're
pulling. I pull on it when I want to.
Just pull it when you want to.
Just pull it when I want to.
You ain't even in the picture, and I'm pulling.
Pulling. Okay, so yes, Nita Boo, you are right. It is an investment, no strings attached.
Yes.
But everybody doesn't give like that. And I know the kind of giver you are as my big sister. Mm-hmm. You are a giver, and you give with no strings. But I bet you would also say that everybody does not do that. Yeah. And sometimes if people meet you at a certain place, that you're in a lower place, and they help you out, and then, it's like, girl, I helped you, many times as I helped you do. And sometimes they don't even say that. Real quick, before I get to my point, when we were young and married, it was like we were 2 or 3 years flattered because there was a couple that saw our greatness.
Ooh.
I think I only had 1.5 babies, so I was still growing one, and
still looking sexy. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
And they saw our greatness. Mm-hmm. We were 21, 22, 23, whatever. And they saw us and they were like, hey. And they started inviting us to their home, and they were like, come on this family trip with us and come we were so elated, just to be
just in the number.
Just in there. We were there to be at the table. Whatever. I'm not gonna say that because I got an attitude about being at the table. But anyway,
being at the table.
Stop.
Okay,
let it go.
Let it go.
Just let it go. Breathe deeply.
I got flexed hook.
You did get flexed hook. Okay. All right.
I'm on another.
Anyway, but here's the deal. So we were so involved and so appreciating everything that they were doing, but we weren't like gonna leave this job, leave my job. We weren't in that space. But somehow they got the impression that we were like all in. And they had an organization and they whatever. And when we said, no, we can't do something, oh my God, they looked at us, and we never committed. We never committed to do anything. But they were like, everything we've done for you. They literally said this. Yes. Everything you've done, we've done for you. And then they said, we set up stuff in our organization because of you. because you said that you wanted to work with us. And we're like, what? We never said that. We never said we would do that. And that just was the craziest thing. So we became very careful about how we attached ourselves in certain constructs or whatever. And so
So Nita said correct. That is how the heart gets hurt.
Absolutely.
People will use you when you let them.
That's it.
Don't be used by people.
You should have highlighted that let, girl. That is the truth. Okay, so what I was saying was, so the thing about being impressionable, we were impressionable. We were like, we had been dreaming since college together about how we were going to take over the world. And someone saw us and was acknowledging us. And it was just wonderful. We didn't know what to do. We were like, wow, they see us. We were impressionable. We were flattered. And because of that, anything they offered, we said, sure. Anything, sure. We're so glad to be, just involved. Sure. And in the end, we didn't sit down and we were young. We just didn't know. Exactly. And so then with the decisions, being mindful of making decisions when you're emotional, we were just carried away. We got carried away. Yeah. And we got hooked. And that was just a really horrible experience because they stopped talking to us. They said that, I don't know what had happened before, but we were just like, no, we're not able to do that. They thought we were like gonna come and leave everything we were doing to be with them and to help them do, and we were not able to do that. And so that was a big thing. But we have to be careful about how we align ourselves with that.
Exactly. So it was a big flesh hook.
And it was a good lesson.
It was a great lesson. It started out small and it turned out to be big, but a great lesson. So what we want to do right now is begin to share some action steps on how to proceed with caution so that you don't find yourself caught up with these type of flesh hooks. So I'm gonna read all three and then we'll talk from those. One, give yourself time, right, before making decisions. Number two, ask questions. Get clarity about the commitment, right? Give yourself time, ask questions. Then number three, give with no strings. Like Nita Boo said earlier. No obligations, no attachment.
And the first two are more about how you can enter into something and not get hooked. But the last one is more about personal responsibility. So I'll start with that one. Okay. When we give, we just, sometimes we do get flattered when someone comes to us and wants to do, and, they see, either way it is, it's like, oh, they see me and they I just want to sit under you and I just want to glean from you, and you give. And then when they continue on their path, it becomes hard for you. And so, like, if it's a giving thing, make sure whatever you give that you can give. It might be your money. It might be your time. For some of us, time is money.
Right.
And when we are not able, I can't just be everywhere you want me to be. I can't just do everything you want me to do. So I'm going to make sure that whatever I can give, that I give it with no strings attached. That means if I say I will volunteer and do this for you, I am doing this for you. You don't ever have to look back and think, wow, whatever. I'm not going to look for you to say any more thank yous than you decide to, because I did it because I wanted to. I move on with my life. You move on with your life. However we connect back up, that's what it is. But I'm not walking around with flesh hooks and all kinds of, I did whatever for them. Look what she did for her. All she did was do that. I did this, and she ain't said nothing about me on social media. She put all of that on social media. Just because she did that, I did all of this. Where's your reward coming from?
See, those
you did it for the wrong reason.
Those flashes, look at that. That was a great example of where you can possibly go. Just wrecking up your world when you flesh hook. When you get flesh hook, right? It's subtle and it just comes up on you because, like you said, you were either impressionable, you were excited, you were in the moment. The clarity wasn't established. But what it eventually does is it causes you to give from an empty well. Have you ever tried to give? And I know Andrea and I talked about that a lot.
Actually, I think, this is what I think. I don't think it's people trying to give from an empty well. I think it's people trying to get filled by what they're doing. I think it fills people up to feel needed. I think it makes them feel better to say, oh, I did something to help somebody. Like, for example, in the birth world, there's always conversation about why are people helping women in birth? Is this to satisfy, say, I help women in birth? Or is it really for that mom? Because if it's for that mom, then if that mom doesn't need you, you're like, okay, if you need me, I'm here. But I've fallen into that sometimes. Right. Sometimes it's like, wait a minute. When I first started, I was like, hold up a minute. I did all of that, and you ain't even say thank you. So now if I need a thank you from you, I just don't. You know, I just don't. You know, so the thing though is really important, and I really want to point out though, is those emotions.
Yes.
I've heard several people say this. I feel like you're in front. Can you back up a little bit?
Yeah.
Like you attacking me.
I ain't going to attack you. I'm going to receive you. Come on, fall right
Don't
in
do
there.
it. Don't. Stop it.
Go ahead.
Acting up. No, go back up. Okay. Yeah,
my flesh is going to receive you. No flesh.
Hey, woo! Focus.
Don't get flesh on. Look at the camera, baby. Talk to the people.
Okay. What was I talking about?
You were talking about, I had said how...
Okay, emotions. Okay, emotions. Okay. Yes. That's their well of affirmation. Yes.
Very good, Tammy.
And you have to be careful that what you're doing is not to get something. I feel good when I do this. I feel good. It's like the people that perform, and when the people perform, they're like, I feel great on stage, and then I go home and I feel depressed because I don't have the crowd there to tell me I'm wonderful.
And so all of those come from a place of emotions. And so that's kind of...
And, go.
So I just to iterate my point is that when you come from a place of emotion, you try to feel and feel from a place of emotion, then you eventually give from a place of emptiness, because your initial motive came from emotions, but then when the emotions run out, now you're giving from an empty tank. I guess that's what my point was a little bit earlier.
Right.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So the emotion thing, so we're almost done here, right?
Yes.
This emotional piece though, we had someone tell us years ago, and I know you've heard it as well, never make a decision when you're too happy, too sad, angry, disappointed, any emotion. Wait for that to settle down. Right.
And I like the little thing. Go ahead.
You start talking so fast.
I did, because
I was breathing, but I didn't even do that exhale all the way.
Yeah. Waiting.
Okay. So when you do it from that place, and if you would just wait a minute.
Yeah.
Like you could be so excited. It's like the person, you've been waiting for them to call you. You've been waiting to be asked to do whatever, and then they call you. And you just say, girl, yes. Oh my goodness, this is the most exciting thing ever. Oh my God. I would love to be your speaker. How much are you gonna pay me? What? You gonna pay me what? But you didn't even find out before you said yes.
This right here is being flesh hooked.
You didn't find out whether they were paying for your transportation.
Yes,
you didn't find out whether they were paying for your lodging. You didn't actually see anything in writing. So you just told them yes. And you don't even know what that amount they're giving you is gonna cover. You get all these opportunities and these things coming, or something happens. I can't believe they did that. I can't believe it. Forget everybody. Forget everybody. Forget everything. I'm so sick of stuff. People be throwing phones and rings and...
Tammy said emotionally bankrupt. Just hoe up from the flow up.
When we make emotional decisions, it is so easy to get flesh hooked.
Yes.
Because you don't even know what you agreed to.
Is this the flesh hook sign?
Okay. You know what? I'm going to flesh hook you in a minute.
You want flesh hook me?
Yes.
With the lips?
Hey, no.
I'm sorry. Okay. Back to the lesson.
Yes. It is so easy to get flesh hooked. To get a hook in you when you just excited about being whatever.
Yes.
Take a minute. Go smile and talk to somebody you know loves you. Oh my goodness, you'll never guess who called me. Or, oh my God, I'm so sick of this. I can't. I do that all the time. I'd be like, babe, I'm sending you screenshots. I can't. He said, well, don't respond just yet. Just wait.
Don't respond.
Just calm down. He said, don't say nothing. I just can't. I'm so sick of this.
Give yourself time.
I'm proud of myself. I sent my husband a screenshot of my second son not doing something I asked him to do for 2 days at 3:40 this morning.
3:40.
Because I didn't want to act up.
She didn't want to get emotionally bankrupt with the flesh hook. So she gave herself time.
I gave myself time. And I said, babe, please, can you help me rectify this situation? And I sent it to him and my son. 5 minutes later, at 3:45,
he come running upstairs.
He came up, Mom, I didn't mean any disrespect to you. I said, huh? I didn't mean any disrespect. Oh, okay, love. Anyway, continue.
No, so we I think that's about it.
Yeah.
I mean, we're having so much fun with this.
Rita says, I have to go back and watch this from the beginning. Very good topic. Rita, I hope you can,
Thanks,
sis.
Rita.
Tammy, y'all slow down. This is good. Love you, girl. Tammy, come on, yes. And I've fallen too many times. Yes. And this, and yes, and get some counsel. And yes, take a minute.
See, when you get...
Surround yourself with counsel. That's very good.
We learned earlier that we've heard a number of times said that when you have clarity, then there's no time for confusion.
No.
When you do not get clarity, and you do not take vagueness breeds confusion.
I think I heard Joyce Meyer say that 25 years ago. Vagueness breeds confusion.
So, put on the brakes. You're excited about the decision. You're excited about the opportunity. Yeah, don't get flesh hooked.
Monique says, Monique, you got saying, don't get flesh hooked.
Yes, don't get flesh hooked.
Don't get flesh hooked. God, we got to be free. We got to be okay.
You have a purpose. Right, you have a mission.
Yeah.
You have something that you have to get done by the season. A book that you have to write.
Yes.
Some type of curriculum you got to put out there. You got a speaking engagement that's coming up in a.
You got a CD project.
You got a CD. You got something that you got to be doing. You ain't got time to get fleshed hooked. So come on with us, right?
You got a business you're supposed to be starting.
A business plan that you're supposed to be writing.
Come on.
It's not time for us to get lured in to these flesh hooks. It happens. But if they do, back yourself out, take time, get clarity, like Monique said. I believe it was Monique or Tammy saying, get counsel, talk with someone a trusted advisor, your husband, your wife, somebody that you're partnering with.
Whomever that person is that gets you and that can help you. And I just believe that all of that, when we take our time, not only watching ourselves, I really try not to talk about haters because that's not a thing I really want to whatever. But we don't talk about the impact that we are sometimes. I'm always about personal responsibility. We don't always talk about how we do that to other people. There are people that look up to us. This is for all the leaders that are watching. There are people that want to do stuff for us. They would love to help us achieve our goals and do whatever. When they offer to help, when they offer to say, what can I do to help you? Be mindful that they are saying, I'm willing to put energy towards your goal and your vision. That to me is like a person with a servant heart is to be honored above all. That's right. To me. And when they're doing it, don't start acting like, I got this, because so-and-so is going to be, and, they're going to, and whatever. Be respectful. Don't allow yourself to be one who's holding somebody. Pay attention to the visions that they have. Look at how you can help them.
Wow.
So that whatever they're giving to you is something that's also pouring to them. And I say that, you did it again. I say that because I know so many leaders.
Come on now.
Who, when they find that person that can pour and that is helping them achieve, they get locked in on ownership of that, as if that belongs to them. Right. Be careful about that. Don't get flesh hooked, and don't flesh hook nobody.
And here's the word: don't get flesh hooked and yield over or give over your sovereignty. That book, that dream, that vision, that's yours.
That's it.
There's nothing wrong with
it's
sharing.
It's to come through you.
It's to come through you. So don't give over your sovereignty. You can share it. You can get others involved. But as you continue to go forward, begin to understand those signs of those who are really coming in and passionate about helping you and assisting you. So that's going to come with a lot of ownership. It's going to come along with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears. A lot of trials, a lot of other things, because this is your project. This is your thing that you're working with, and it's going to take time to mature.
Definitely. Tammy, I love you too. Mwah. And we need to lunch that. Yes, girl. It's been years. I don't even want to think about how many years. Let's see. Oh my God. Talk to me. Tammy said, if you find yourself there, how do you unhook yourself without guilt? Listen, sometimes Anita, my older sister, she said something earlier, and she talked about how we let this, when we let, okay? I believe that we have to admit that, you know what? Oh my goodness, this is not a good situation. I'm not able to do. I have people that I would love to be able to do a lot of things for, but I don't have time. I am always saying, I'm not able to do this. You have to just say, I'm able to do this. I think you read it before. You said something about ask questions, get clarity about the commitment.
Yes.
Okay? That's one of the action steps he brought up. If you find yourself stuck in it, you say, okay, because look, life changes. You might get a new job, got something else coming up. Where are you? What can you commit to? Go and say, this is what I can commit to. I'm really not able to do this anymore. Now, let me not pretend like I don't know that some of our positions, I'm going to put it that way, and the places that we are in our organizations don't allow us to easily say what we can and cannot do.
So what does she do?
Let me breathe, baby, please.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I interrupted again.
Yes. Okay. Everything does not allow us to say that. Because why? Once again, Tammy, we positioned ourselves that way. We told them we would always be there. We acted like we were Holy Spirit Junior, like we could always be there, always do, would drop anything that because of what they needed. When that season changes, if we have not arranged for that season to change, we're going to have issues. So I would say, you need to have a grown-up conversation and say things are really getting challenging. I've looked at the commitments that I have. This is how things are changing. And it might be a tough conversation because all the time, certain people we are working with or for don't want to hear that because they don't want to lose your gift. We have to have those conversations, I believe.
Yes. And what I wanted to add on to that, just to piggyback off of what Dr. Dooley was saying, because it was so hot and so fresh, and it just rides along with not handing over your sovereignty, is that that's your mission, that's your idea, that's your particular vision. And so, yes, it will be tough because if the relationship that you've established and got into, you were probably looking up to this person, or it was a lot that was particularly given. Sometimes you can probably, you can like Andrea was saying, is you can grow your vision from the inside out and begin to use friends or cohorts or other people and say things like, and not really throw the bill, but drop the bill to broaden your horizon, your perspective of your organizations, and say that we feel that at this time, this might not be the best benefit for our organization. And while we so much appreciate everything that you've done for us, at this particular time, we find it that it'd probably be the best interest of both our organizations to find other ways that we can partner. This is when you find yourself in a flesh hook and you're trying to get to a certain place where you need to get to, because when it's about your vision, and your dream, you can't be incy-ancying around, right? You can't find yourself stuttering. And like I said, it takes time and it's difficult, because that's why we use each other in those particular difficult and stiff moments. But this is, again, your vision, your book, your CD project, your business, the things that you want to push forward. And so, again, you want to be careful with it. Yes, go ahead, Doctor.
And here's the deal. Moving forward, this is that excitement thing. You're like, oh, my God, whatever. No, stop doing that. We act as if we don't know life will change. Life is going to change. So set it up so you are, instead of working, we're going to always be together.
Yes.
Set it up, say, let's take it month by month.
There you go. When you got business.
When you got business and you know you're growing, you don't know where life is going to take you. You don't know what's going to happen.
Hold on.
Let's take it month by month. You know what? I don't know where I'll be next year this time, but as long as I can serve you and serve, as long as we're serving and I'm able to serve and all of this is working for my highest good, and as long as I'm able to push forth and do this and that, as long as it's that, I am in here.
That's right.
As long as things don't go.
I was going to say, I got a little song. Don't get hooked. Save your sovereignty. Don't get hooked.
Beat. Give me the beat.
Save your sovereignty. Don't get hooked. It's like
you got a it's house. I thought it was country. Okay.
Oh,
it sounds like, don't get hooked. Dun, save your sovereignty. Don't get hooked. Okay. Right. Let me hear your house beat.
No.
It's okay.
No, you gotta help me out with this.
I got more than funk, but I'm gonna let you do it. No, let's do your house beat. No, come on, so we can go.
Okay.
Don't get hooked.
Save your sovereignty.
No.
No, that ain't it. That's why I told you to help you.
Oh, you want me to do it? Okay,
Yeah,
go.
okay,
Give me
go
the beat. Give me the beat. I'm going to get it. Give it. Give it. Give it. Keep the beat. Go. I got to feel it. Just keep it going. Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. No flash hooks. No flash hooks. Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. Don't get hooked. Don't
yeah, we geared it.
Okay, it's time to go. This is just foolishness. Okay, look. Yes, it has changed. Wow, that's good. That's good month to month. Yes. Don't get hooked. Save your sovereignty.
Yeah.
Let's do the country version. Don't get hooked.
Save your sovereignty.
Save your sovereignty. Don't get hooked. Save your sovereignty.
Hey, that's a powerful word.
Okay.
And we're so glad that you guys were able to join us today. The builder and the educator. See, you have vision. We're going to help you build that thing. We're going to help you birth that vision into life. You're going to have to breathe. You're going to have to get that hammer. You're going to have to get them blueprints, that drawing board. And you're not going to get flesh hooked. And if you do, you're going to slow down and get yourself, seek counsel, right, from friends and from loved ones and people that have your best interest, people who have your best interest in mind, and you're not going to turn your sovereignty over.
Help you breathe that baby out.
Come on now. We're going to build. We're going to build. And we're going to birth. We're going to continue to heal ourselves. We're going to continue to clothe ourselves. We're going to continue to feed ourselves.
And what's the other one? You missed one. Feed, clothe, shelter, heal ourselves.
Yes.
And we love y'all.
We got to say build too.
And build.
And build.
Okay.
Thank you
love
guys
you guys.
so much.
You are amazing. If you didn't see it, go back and watch it. Don't get hooked. Save your sovereignty. Don't get hooked. I love you.
Good night.
Love you, Bookie Bookie. Your goofy stuff. All right, see you guys. Bye.